Now, South Africans have been complaining about poor service delivery from their respective municipalities, and this despite continuing efforts to enhance the capacity of struggling municipalities to respond or to adequately respond to challenges they face. Well, the entity is now focusing on unfair labour practices within its ranks and is set to unleash seasoned labour experts to look at all the relevant court decisions for the benefit of municipalities. Let's discuss this further now. I'm joined by Zwe Ndlala, who is a Senior Manager for Collective Bargaining and Labour Relations at SALGA. Thank you so much, Zwe, for joining me this afternoon. Of course, unfair labour practices within municipalities, that is a very serious issue that you need to solve.
Good afternoon, Baron. Good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, you are correct. Unfair labour practices is one of the issues that require proper handling in municipalities. That is why we are hosting this labour law seminar to capacitate our member municipalities so that they can deal with those issues in a proper way.
But of course, you know, it's much bigger. The problem is much bigger than just unfair practices like you just mentioned. It's just one of the many issues that municipalities across the country are currently facing. Let's talk more about those issues and how we can ultimately, you know, get our municipalities where they need to be.
Baron, since the new leadership of SALGA came into the office, they introduced a strategy that's going to run until 2027. Key among the provisions of that strategy is to come up with a capable and reputable local government. So the offering of these seminars is intended, therefore, to ensure the capacitation of our municipalities. And in terms of these seminars, we enlist experts in the field of labour relations and labour law to come up with solutions that can be packaged for our member municipalities so that they can be in a position to deal with those issues, among other things.
And then, you know, from these seminars, what are you ultimately hoping you will get from it? I mean, it's one thing to have these seminars, but then to practically go and solve these issues. Is there a plan for that to happen?
The structure of the seminar is such that, one, we look at the relevant people that must be in attendance, who are the practitioners in the area of labour relations. We enlist about, the corporate services directors, the human resources managers, the labour relations practitioners, as well as political principals who are heading those portfolios in municipalities. What we then envisage doing here, Baron, is to get the report of all the proceedings that will be taking place where the seminar will be happening, and then we package that report for municipalities to use as a reference point so that when they are confronted with those issues, they're in a position to interact with them in a proper way.
I do, Zwe, if you don't mind, I do want to ask you about, you know, especially, you know, services in rural areas. That's a major concern when it comes to service delivery and various other issues. I do know that SALGA previously mentioned, you know, they blamed government's funding method for these issues. Would you say that is still a massive issue?
It is still a massive issue, Baron, because our leadership is handling it in terms of the funding model that goes to municipalities, because we are aware that there are those municipalities that do not have revenue sources, are solely dependent on the grant that government gives them. So that matter is still being handled by our leadership within SALGA.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Zwe Ndlala, who is a Senior Manager for Collective Bargaining and Labour Relations at SALGA.